Theseus was no longer young. After the death of Antiope, the Amazon and mother of his son Hippolytus, the hero did not remarry. But the hero eventually met Phaedra, sister of Ariadne, the great love of Theseus's youth. The young woman made Theseus experience again his golden boyhood years, when he alone faced the terrible Minotaur. With the consent of the king of Crete, the hero married Phaedra and made her his queen, sealing an alliance between the Cretan and Athenian kingdoms. The age difference between Theseus and his new wife was enormous. She was the same age as his son Hippolytus. The young man was pure and had taken a vow of chastity in honor of the goddess Artemis. The prince was extremely handsome. Therefore, the queen began to cultivate a secret love for her stepson. Only her faithful servant knew of the queen's love for Hippolytus. Theseus had left on a journey, and Phaedra took the opportunity to give vent to all the repressed love in her heart. The queen declared her love for Hippolytus and proposed that they unite to reign over Athens together. Hippolytus, unlike Phaedra, placed loyalty to Theseus primarily and repudiated the outrageous proposal. The young man left Athens, leaving the distraught queen behind. Desperate, Phaedra decided to end her own life, but, due to passionate madness, she wrote a letter to Theseus before the act. Upon returning to Athens, the old hero learned of his wife's death, and the servant handed him the letter written by Phaedra. The contents of the letter had a devastating effect. The mad queen accused Hippolytus of having tried to rape her, and, not to be unfaithful to her husband, she wrote she had no choice but to commit suicide. The enraged Theseus confronted his son, presenting the letter as proof of his treachery. Hippolytus denied having committed that dastardly deed, but Theseus did not take his son at his word. The king of Athens cursed Hippolytus and begged Poseidon, his divine father, to put an end to the treacherous prince's life. Hippolytus left in his chariot, carrying a great sorrow in his heart. On the afternoon of that day, Theseus received news that his son had suffered a terrible accident while driving the chariot and was on the verge of death. Theseus feigned indifference to the news, but Phaedra's maid could not bear to see the suffering caused by her mistress and decided to reveal the whole truth to Theseus. The Athenian sovereign felt immense pain and ran to his son, who was gasping his last breaths. Shedding tears over the young man's body, Theseus blamed himself for not having trusted his son. Hippolytus, using his remaining strength, held his father's hand and looked into his eyes. He forgave him from the bottom of his heart.